Hey guys, how's it going? It is Eve, and today we are going to be taking a look at the from production to production dev blog and everything it is wanting to change. There is a ton of information, so I do apologize for bringing this video late. However, with all that information that was in the game, a lot of testing had to be done, and as a full disclaimer, I did use a control character on this video, meaning the skills and the ship fit are exactly the same between Tranquility and Singularity along with the character skills, so there should be no difference in the mining output on the two servers, with the exception of what was changed by CCP. So without further ado, we'll have a look at the dev blog. So in July it was mentioned that the shortage phase will be ending in EVE Online, and that is in fact the case. However, there is two sides to this story, and we'll get to both sides at a later point. So for right now, that was specifically mentioned in the July dev blog is the introduction of moon and gas compression, a balance pass for mining ships, which include redistribution of hit points and resistance profiles, and additional specialized holds for gas and ice, which is going to be added to all mining ships, including the Venture and Tech 1, Tech 2 mining barges, the Orca and the Rorqual. So for the main highlights of this dev blog is that CCP is a doubling resource quantity of all the ore in asteroid belts. All umber, kernite, and quarkite quantities are doubled in SOV anomalies. Ice belts, on top of their previous 200% increase, will get more ice inside them, and gas will also be doubled. So double the extraction rate from all moons. So this means that there's going to be double the ore inside of the moon chunk that you fracture. Not that it'll take like 2 days to extract the moon chunk in order for it to be destroyed. I did actually misread that and thought it was faster extraction of the moon chunk, but I digress. Reducing PI materials required for certain subcapital and capital components. So for example, having water for core temperature regulators and a significant reduction in P4 materials in capital production. Adding new specialized gas holds to Tier 1 industrials, expedition frigates, Tier 1 barges, and Tier 2 barges. There's going to be an increase in the resistance profiles of all Tier 2 barges, increase the base HP, and adding mid slots to the Coveter and the Retriever, adding a new gas harvester for all mining barges. Currently, right now, I haven't been able to actually locate the gas harvesters on the Singularity test server, but that may change in the coming days. There's going to be a new item or module for the Orca, which is the new compact industrial core. There's going to be new compression for gases and moon ore, and they are going to be condensing all the reprocessing skills from all 19 individual skills into 6. So if you have them trained up like I do on an alt, you will be refunded up to 13.5 million skill points that you can reallocate into new skills. The Isk will also be refunded at the base price for the deleted skill books. So that is for both in the inventory and injected to characters. They're going to be condensing mining crystals instead of having one for every single type of ore down into the following categories: common, uncommon, rare, superior, abyssal, and mercoxite. Now, the introduction of mining waste is a very controversial one, and we will be talking about it specifically in a later point. So there's going to be a new variant for a new mining crystal. So there's going to be standard yield, there's going to be higher yield, high waste but less reliable, and lower yield, very high waste and very unreliable. So this update will see a doubling of the resource available across New Eden, so that in turn means asteroid belts are going to be doubled. The amount of ore quantities in resource anomalies are being doubled, all ice quantities are being doubled, all amber, kernite, and corkite quantities are now doubled in soft anomalies, and mercoxide quantities are increased by 20%. All gas quantities are being doubled, and the extraction rate is doubled from moons. This means that a moon will still take the same amount of time in order to actually fully extract the chunk, but they will yield double the quantity of ore when fractured. And there will be a removal of all basic materials from R4 moon ore, meaning you will only have the silicates or the compounds that are, or elements rather, that are in the moon. So next up, we are going to talk about mining waste. So currently right now on screen is a character that is my control character. This is the same character I used on Singularity and I used on Tranquility in order to bring the most accurate numbers I can. So the Procurer fit that I am using in order to actually test everything is really nothing fancy. It is 2 strip miner 1s, and the mining upgrades have been offlined because just to keep everything the same. Tank-wise doesn't really affect mining, and we just have some drones in the drone hold. So that being said, on Tranquility, we go ahead and we mine about 9,315 units of Veldspar when we do 1 complete cycle of our strip miner 1s. But that being said, on the Singularity test server, mind you, using the exact same fit with a few different changes to the mining layout of the Procurer, which we'll get to at a later point in the video, we are only mining 7,418 units of Scordite. So, that being said, we take the Scordite that we mined, and we throw half of it away, because we have a waste of the same amount that we mined. That being said, now, these tests were done before the changes in the forum post of November 19th. I used tier 1 strip miners. Now currently, tier 1 strip miners are actually having their waste factors removed. So the waste probability of a Tech 1 module is now 0%. Tech 2 modules will have a 34% chance of probability to waste. Ore modules, or faction modules, will have 0% chance. Tech 1 drones will have 0% chance. Tech 2 drones will have a 34% chance of mining waste. Augmented drones will have 40% chance, and excavator drones will have a 60% probability to mining waste. So next up, we are going to talk about the proposed changes to compression. So first off, as of November 19th on the forum post done by CCP Psych, compression is delayed until early 2022 while CCP reevaluates the implementation behind it, because currently right now it is in a very poor state according to a lot of Orca pilots and Rorqual pilots. So that being said, we're going to go ahead, we're still going to talk about it, and it'll be a good way to compare what it was now to what it will be in the future in early 2022. So first things first, gone are the days of lossless compression. So from now on, when you compress resources, some amount will be lost during the process. So just like if you take your ore to a station to refine it, we'll lose a certain amount of mineral to the refining process. The same will occur to compression. Compression in stations will have a different efficiency depending on the type of resource that is being compressed. Except moon ore will not be available to be compressed inside stations. Compression will be instantaneous but will be less efficient than in-space compression. So the compression efficiency in stations is as follows: ore 90%, gas 90%, ice 79%. Rorqual, Orca, and the Porpoise will be able to do in-space compression but will require specialized modules for it. However, only the Rorqual can compress moon ore in space. Each compression module will be able to compress only a certain group of resources as defined by its tier. More on that in a little bit. Gas compression modules for all types of gas are being introduced. Moon ore compression modules for all moon ore types are being introduced. Moon ore compression will be unique to the Rorqual and will only be available out in space. Compressed types will now have the same portion size as their uncompressed counterparts. You can calculate the compression ratio by the difference of volume between the two types. Existing compressed types of quantities will be compensated due to this change, so that no such loss occurs. As for the new modules, for the Rorqual, it'll be getting the mobile ore compression module, the mobile moon ore compression module, mobile gas compression module, mobile ice compression module. For the Orca and the Porpoise, you'll be getting the compact mobile ore compression module, the compact mobile gas compression module, and the mobile ice compression module. The Rorqual modules will have a higher duration per cycle, but they are more efficient, as you can see on screen while comparing the two. Compact modules will have a reduced duration, but they are less effective. Each compression module can support one of the resource tiers. So next up, we're going to have a look at the resource tiers. Currently, they are going to be broken down into 6 ore tiers, 5 moon ore tiers, 5 gas tiers, and 3 ice tiers. These are also going to be setting up the fundamentals for the brand new skills that we'll be releasing alongside the industry update, and will be replacing the reprocessing skills that are currently live on Singularity, but more on that later. So right now we're going to start with your common ores. You have your Veldspar, Scordite, and other ores that you can find in high security space. Uncommon ores such as Amber, Kernite, and Jaspet are going to be found in a low sec space, so that's going to be your uncommon ore tier. Rare ore tiers like Genesis, Dark Ochre, and Corkite, which you can find in anomalies around space. Supreme ores, which you can mainly find out in null sec space, including wormholes, are going to be your Bistot, Arcanor, and Spodumane. Your Abyssal ores, which you can find out in Oshfen, is your Abyssal ore tier. And Mercoxit tier is Mercoxit, which is found in negative 1.0 systems in nullsec. Next up is your ubiquitous moon ore tier, which is going to be your R4 moons. Common moon ores, which is your common moon ore tier, is going to be your R8 moons. Uncommon moon ores tier, which is going to be your R16 moons. Your rare moon ores, which are going to be your R32 moons. And your exceptional moon ores, which are going to be your R64 moons. Moving on to the gas tier, you get the low-grade gas tier, the high-grade gases tier, the low-grade fullerite tier, medium-grade fullerite tier, the high-grade fullerite tier, then moving on and finally to your ice tier, which is common ice, which is like blue ice, white glaze, which you can find out in high security space, uncommon ice, thick blue ice, pristine white glaze, which you can find out in low sec space, and your rare ice, which you can find out in null sec, will bring up the final tier. So how do the new compression modules work? So first things first, you need to have the proper compression module for the ship. If you are using the Porpoise or the Orca, make sure you're using the compact version. If you're using the Rorqual, you're just going to be using the mobile. So in our case, we're going to be compressing a ore. So we have the mobile asteroid ore compression module 1, A1 equipped, which would fall under our common ore types. So first thing is first, you gotta be in space, like I said previously. We have our ore. We're gonna be compressing feldspar, currently in our ore hold. But if we were to right-click the module, it doesn't work. So what we need to do is take the feldspar or the ore that we want to compress, put it in our cargo hold. Now that we have our 400,000 units of feldspar in our cargo hold, we can right-click the mobile asteroid ore compression unit and reload feldspar, and it takes 10 seconds to load. There we go. So now that we have our feldspar loaded, we can activate the module as if we were using a gun or something like that. And it's going to go and start compressing the feldspar. And there we go, we have now compressed our 400,000 units of feldspar into 40,000 units of compressed feldspar, and that is the process of using the new modules. Do keep in mind that it is just going to keep cycling until you turn it off or it runs out of charge. The blueprints for the new modules will be released at the end of November so that an inventory can exist before the actual compression changes happen in early 2022. That being said, based off of the forum posts, yes, compression is going to be delayed, but does that mean the blueprint distribution is going to be also delayed? We will have to wait and see. There is no official word on that. So to accommodate the new modules that are going to be released in early 2022 at this point, there is going to be a series of new skills that are going to be released also in order to be able to use these modules. And the skills are as follows. Mobile asteroid ore compression, which allows for the use of tier 1 mobile ore compression modules. Mobile asteroid ore compression specialization, which allows for tier 2 mobile ore compression module usage. Mobile asteroid ore compression optimization, which reduces the cycle duration of ore compression modules. Mobile moon ore compression, which allows for tier 1 mobile ore compression module usage. Mobile moon ore compression specialization, which allows for tier 2 mobile moon ore compression module usage, and mobile moon ore compression optimization, which reduces the cycle of the moon ore compression modules. Mobile gas and ice compression, which is going to allow for the use of tier 1 gas and ice compression modules. Mobile gas and ice compression specialization, which will allow for the use of tier 2 gas and ice compression modules. Mobile gas and ice compression optimization, which reduces the cycle of the gas and ice compression modules. Now, once again, just like the blueprints, nothing has been said in regards to when these skills will be releasing, since compression has been delayed till 2022, but it is slated for the end of November to release the skills. So if they do release, you get a while to train them. So next up, we'll actually be taking a look at the changes to the Orca, Porpoise, and the Rorqual. So currently right now, the Rorqual is the absolute best mining ship according to CCP, and they want to move it to more of a supportive role. In that case, offering panic, storing of ships, remote repairs, links, and a beefy tank to ensure that you can actually stay on the field and mine as opposed to having to warp off. So the new changes to the Rorqual are as followed. So currently right now on Singularity, the drone ice harvesting cycle time is minus 10%, and it will be changed to minus 6%. The Rorqual will retain its 10% drone ore mining yield. Next up, we'll be having a look at the Industrial Core Tech 1. Its CPU is being increased from 50 to 100. Its power grid is also being increased from 50,000 to 100,000. Drone maximum velocity bonus will be increased from 25% to 30%. The drone ore mining yield bonus will be decreased from 400% to 170%. Command and mining foreman burst range bonus will be increasing from 150% to 200%. As for the Industrial Core 2, its CPU is being increased from 55 to 150. Its power grid is being increased from 55,000 to 150,000. Drone maximum velocity bonus is being increased from 30% to 50%. Drone ore yield mining bonus will be decreased from 500% to 300%. Drone ice harvesting cycle time will be increased from minus 80% to minus 85%. Mining foreman burst strength bonus will be increased from 36% to 40%, and the command and mining foreman burst range bonus will be increasing from 200% to 250%. So according to CCP on the From Extraction to Production update forum post, there is a newly discovered feature that is a fleet jump option for the Rorqual. Right now, this is a work in progress feature. As you can see right now on screen, this would be the industrial jump portal generator, which, if there's anything to go off by, would probably function the exact same way as a Black Ops bridge or a Titan bridge, or more specifically a Black Ops bridge would only allow for mining ships to be able to jump to a sino or into a system with a beacon. There isn't much to go off of right now. It isn't even seeded on the in-game market, and due to that, I'm unable to test it anymore. So once it does become available, we'll have a look at it and we'll cover it in more detail. The Orca is also going to be receiving a significant change. A lot of its changes are actually going to be moved to the brand new compact industrial core from the hull bonuses that it currently has. So the industrial command skills bonus, drone ice harvesting cycle time, is currently minus 10% and it will be moved down to 2%. The Orca retains the plus 10% drone ore mining yield. Roll bonuses. Currently on Tranquility, the drone ore mining yield is 100%. Then there is no new number for that. And the drone ice harvesting cycle time of minus 25% on Tranquility has no number currently tied to it to the brand new changes. The compact industrial core for Tech 1, its CPU is 50, power grid 100, max velocity is going to be minus 100%, drone damage plus 40%, drone hit points will be 40% extra, drone maximum velocity bonus of 10%, drone ore mining yield bonus of 25%, drone ice harvesting speed bonus of minus 25%, mining foreman burst strength bonus 10%, command and mining foreman burst range bonus of 75%, remote repair impedance bonus of a minus 100%, shield booster duration bonus of a minus 30%, shield dampener resistance bonus of minus 75%, remote assistance impedance bonus of a minus 80%, shield booster amount bonus of 20%, ECM resistance of 100%, activation duration of 2.5 minutes, and consumption quantity 250. Compact Industrial Core Tech 2 will have CPU of 75, power grid of 150, max velocity of minus 100%, drone damage of 50%, bonus, drone HP 50%, drone maximum velocity bonus of 12.5%, drone ore mining yield bonus of 75%, drone ice harvesting speed bonus of -50%, mining form and burst strength bonus of 15%, command and mining form and burst range bonus of 100%, remote repair impedance bonus of -100%, shield booster duration bonus of -30%, shield dampener resistance bonus of 80%, remote assistance impedance bonus of -80%, shield booster amount bonus of 30%, ECM resistance of 100%, activation duration of 2.5 minutes, consumption quantity of 500 units of heavy water. And sadly, right now on the Singularity test server, the Orca doesn't do anything fancy like the Rorqual does when you turn on its industrial core. All proposed changes to the Venture, Expedition frigates, and the Porpoise are being reverted with only one exception. They will still be receiving the additional gas and ice base as relevant, and CCP continues to say that ninja mining as a career is something that we absolutely love and have no intention of removing this playstyle. Rather, we want to enable more playstyles on top of it. The Kryos' mineral hold will have a change. It'll be gaining an additional 7,000 cubic meters in the mineral hold, so you can haul more minerals. Both Tech 1 and Tech 2 mining barges are going to have a balance pass done to them, which will significantly increase their EHP, and that is also being done with the CSM. They're closely watching on how this will unfold. There's a lot of other changes that are under the hood for both mining barges of Tech 1 and Tech 2 mining barges. There is an awesome spreadsheet that was developed by CCP, and you guys can have a look at that. It is actually found in the extraction to production devlog. If I were to sit here and go through every single mining barge and its changes with TQ versus Singularity, it would be a very long video. However, that being said, at a later point there will be a video that will be outlining those changes. That is once CCP outlines those changes in a nice and easy to understand way for everyone. Gas bonuses have been added to the appropriate ships also, so gas bonuses and gas mining for mining barges is also around the corner. More on that in a little bit. Next up, we'll talk about closing the gap between currently the Rorqual and pretty much the rest of the mining barge lineup. So right now, as everybody knows, the Rorqual is probably the best solo mining ship, and that is done out in nullsec primarily under, for example, a super capital umbrella, or in a blue section of space where if you do get tackled or attacked, you can get saved by your peers. So right now we'll just have a look at some of these graphs. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time. However, as you can see, the Rorqual is currently the best ship to use if you have a mining core active, and if you don't use your mining core, or industrial core rather, then I don't know, there's something wrong. Regardless, here is a modulated strip miner 2 with a type A crystal tech 2. We'll talk about crystals here in a little bit. As you can see, pretty much with the core active, the Hulk pretty much mines the same amount of ore as the new Rorqual will, but it doesn't have the reference with the Rorqual. So pretty much if you are not using a industrial core and boosting your fleet, you are going to have significantly lower numbers even if you are a Rorqual pilot. For example, here is Ice Harvester 2's currently. This is current Tranquility. So as you can see, the Rorqual with a core active outmines a Hulk by a little bit, but the Hulk is pretty much right behind it. The problem with people not using Hulks or Tech 2 mining barges is that they are, first of all, almost a $500 million-esque ship, and they are paper thin. So why risk that when you can have a Rorqual, first of all, yes, more expensive, but with a more powerful and stronger tank, and a panic module so you can survive an attack from any reds or bad guys that are after you. So for the new Harvester here, Harvester 2, so you can see the Hulk will be out mining the new Rorqual with a mining industrial core active. So it looks like based off of this information, you want to make sure that you have a Rorqual or a Orca pilot that is on grid and boosting your fleet in order to be able to get your yield at its highest and best yield you can possibly get. Because it looks like the Rorqual, yes, it's been nerfed to the ground, but it looks like the Tech 2 mining barges are going to be making a significant increase. Next up, we'll talk about mining crystals. So with the introduction of ore tiers, so common ores, uncommon ores, etc., single ore mining crystals are being replaced with tiered versions. So right now on the Tranquility server, if you wanted to mine Veldspar with the Tech 2 strip miner, you need to have a Veldspar crystal in order to maximize your yield for it. This means that each crystal will now support all ores in its tiers. So if you want to mine Veldspar, you need to have a common ore type, a common ore crystal. If you want to mine Mercoxit, you need to have a Mercoxit crystal, just like before. So that being said, there is going to be 3 tiers of mining crystals that are going to be released alongside with the resource tiers. So a Type A crystal is going to be a standard yield crystal. Type B is going to be a higher yield, high waste, less reliable crystal, and Type C is going to be a lower yield, very high waste, very unreliable crystal. Mainly, by the looks of it, is going to be used for offensive mining in order to destroy some alliance's income or people's moons, just so they can't mine the items. With the mining crystals, both Tech 1 and Tech 2 still being worked on heavily by CCP, I will not be covering them currently in this state they are in, and once they are in a more final state, maybe in a week or 2, we'll revisit them and have a look at them in more detail. Take a look at the new skills. With the introduction of the ore tiers, reprocessing skills will also receive a update. The single ore reprocessing skills will be replaced by a single reprocessing skill per ore tier. For example, Feldspar, Scordite reprocessing skills will be replaced with the common ore reprocessing skill. Just like when we looked through the resource tiers, that's what the new skills will be following. In short, players will be reimbursed the skill points and Isk cost for the skill books, and should they decide to train all the new skills, they will be left with about 1.8 million unallocated skill points after completing training for the new ones. In addition, the deep core mining skill is being updated. Its probability of a damage reduction bonus per level changes from 20% to 10%. Modules, drones, and rigs. There will be a new line of gas harvesting modules that will be unique to Tech 1 and Tech 2 mining barges. The existing gas harvester modules will be renamed to gas scoops, and the harvester keyword will be used for the Tech 1 and Tech 2 mining barge equipment. So for the ship changes that are going to be coming, the mining and industrial ships will be receiving a balance update which will create more clarity between the roles and specializations of individual ships. Most specifically, specialized resource holds will be coming to a few ships, including all of the mining ship family, including Tech 1, Tech 2 mining barges, the Venture, the Rorqual, and the Orca. So the specialized ore holds will support asteroid and moon ore, including compressed ore. Specialized gas holds, which will support all types of gases, including compressed gases. Specialized ice holds will support all ice, including compressed ice. Changes to ships with specialized holds are going to be as followed. The Hoarder will receive a 30k gas hold and relevant bonus. The Kryos will receive a 30k ice hold and relevant bonus, and the Preem gets a 10k ice hold and a 10k gas hold. So that's a nice use for a ship that hasn't been in the spotlight for a very, very long time. One more undocumented change that is going to be coming with this update is the change to asteroid belts. Asteroid belts right now on the Tranquility server are a semicircle that have a radius of about 40 kilometers or so, depending on the asteroid belt and where you are. So to take that number with a bit of salt. On the Singularity test server, on the other hand, asteroid belts have transformed into a sphere with a radius of about 50 to 55 kilometers. Once again, to take that with a grain of salt, it varies by asteroid belt. So that is going to be a major change. One major change also is the collision boxes of the asteroids. During my testing, I have found that due to some of the asteroids being so massive due to the orb being doubled, the collision box with the asteroid versus you is quite big. So if you do need to warp out, there is a high probability of you actually getting stuck on the asteroid. But on the flip side, it also means that anybody warping to 0 of the asteroid belt will be automatically decloaked due to the proximity of the warp-in point being to the asteroids and even the collision boxes of those asteroids. Otherwise, asteroid belts don't change. Ice belts are still going to be kind of more along their linear form that they always have been. However, they are kind of being more grouped up into a little sphere. So they are kind of in the middle of the two. So this has been a very long video. Hopefully it was informative with all the changes that are going to be coming with the From Extraction to Production update, whatever that will fully be named. I believe it is New Dawn, but regardless, there has been a lot of information and a lot of information is still changing. So as we know more, I will be updating you guys with the relevant videos. That is it for this video, guys. Fly dangerous. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. You guys can check out my other previous videos by clicking the two thumbnails on screen right now. And if you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Fly dangerous. Peace.